Hello everybody, my name is Unlucky Few, this is my YouTube channel and today we're going to be talking about state of survival. Let's get cracking on then. Okay everybody, what I'd like to talk about today is your troop formations. And I've seen lots of people talking in chat about that they're not hitting as hard as somebody who's lower than them, or they say, oh, your chief gear is really good. You must be, you can hit harder than anybody else. Not necessarily. There is lots and lots of different things within the game that all add up to your total numbers. So what your heroes can do in that battle, certain heroes have got certain task skills that will activate and will help more in a battle or in defense or defending your settlement or gathering. They do all sorts of little different bits and pieces, and it's trying to get those differences that you're needing it to do in that actual, how do you call that, a team or the troops you're sending. It's not just your heroes. Your research adds to it, your chief gear adds to it, your hero upgrades add to it, your hero skills are being added to it. When you've got your gear up here, you've got I can't remember what they're called, these things, your badges, these all add up to it as well. So there's lots of little things to check up on. Now if you want to see what your stats are, you can go onto here. It'll give you your chief battle power, your troop battle power, your building battle power, so this is all to do with your battle power. Then you've got your combat stats, so it's battles won, battles lost, attacks won, attacks lost, defenses won, and it gives you a win rate. Mine was 90%, but it's gone down. Get to a 1-star, everybody wants a piece here. Your kills, your lost, your healed, and then you get onto your military. And this is where it starts to get a little bit interesting. So you can actually see where you need to improve. So march slots are 6. March capacity is 91,000. That will start climbing now. I've got that new building that I spoke about in the last video, which for me was only 10 minutes ago. For you, it'd probably be a few hours. Your training capacity, your training speed, your march speed. My march speed is really low for some unknown reason. Your troop attack, I need these to be a lot higher. I want these over 100. Your troop lethality and your troop health. Then you've got your infantry attack, defense, rider attack, defense, hunter attack, defense, infantry lethality, infantry health. The more health they have, the longer they're going to last, the more they're going to protect the rest of these guys in here, like your riders and your hunters. Rider health, hunter lethality, and your hunter health as well. So my best at the moment is my it's actually my hunters and my riders rather than my infantry. It should be the other way around. That's how I'm dealing with. You obviously get your settlement defense. That's in here. Then you've got your resources. So it just gives you a brief rundown on what sort of percentage you've got on your resources. And then you've got your development. Construction speed, you need to be getting that a lot higher. That's going to really help with these long blooming upgrades at the moment. Your research speed, that needs to be a lot higher. Troop load, I don't know where that comes from. Infected march speed, 18%. Stamina recovery is none. Trade load, total trade fee, and construction time reduction. So a lot of the stats you get are in here. But again, these aren't your true stats. You can't go by all your stats in here for your troop attack, defense, lethality, and your health, or your infantry and rider, because when you put a hero in it, that hero, depending which one you put in, let's say for instance we've got Ash here, level 78, only a major, not maxed. I've got others down here that are maxed out. So you go onto her and you click up here. Now this tells you all the information. So On the Explorer side of it, when you're going in to do your Explorer missions, these are the stats you run by. When you go into battle, these are the stats you run by. So if you have a look at infantry health, it's only 109. Infantry lethality is 115. March capacity, that's normally, I think that's the max you can do at the moment. At the current levels I am right now, I would imagine as I start hitting the plasma core stuff, that will probably change again. I mean, other states actually have helicopters and guerrillas they take out for combat. I know, as weird as it sounds, that's what they've got. We'll be getting that as well, don't you worry. So march capacity, infantry attack is only 159, infantry defense is only 159, enemy settlement troop defense is minus 16.8%. So that means that whatever defense they're coming you, if they're coming you at 100% of attack, it's going to knock that down by 16.8%. Settlement troop attack, so it boosts your troop attack. So if your troop attack is something like 250%, then with her, you're going to get an extra 33.6% or 65%. Infantry health, that's not good, and infantry lethality isn't very good. But if you go down to another one that is, I think she's infantry, isn't she? She's infantry, yes. Let's find another infantry on here. He's infantry as well, but he's only level 50. Let's see what his are. Well, his isn't that much better or that much worse, apart from his march capacity is a lot lower because he's not high enough. And obviously that reflects on this as well. Let's see if we can find another one. Is this one infantry as well? This one's hunter. He's infantry, but he's got nothing on him whatsoever. Rider, hunter, rider. Yeah, forget about you. I'm not spending money on this game. My-ho, I only got it today at level 1. Yep, another one, level 1, only got her today. Have you heard today? Yeah. He's meant to be really, really good for PvP. Health 130 infantry, 130, 115 again. Not too brilliant. I think this is the one I use. This one here, 130, 130, 109, 115. But I have her paired with this one here, which gives me a little bit more of a tweak. Let's have a look now. No, they're exactly the same. But Kira is really, really good to use. Wood gathering. Oh, that's no good for wood gathering, is it? But what you need to take into account is when you're doing your setting your troops up, you need to make sure you've got your best of your infantry, best of your rider, and best of your hunter in your first lot of troops. Your first, you're going to, and I'll show you properly. And we go on to troops. That gives you all your different types of troops. So I've got all these 1 stars now. And in fact, they're all 1 star at the minute. I don't know why. Go into troop formations, top right there, and there we have it. So these are not necessarily my best 3, but these are really, really good. She would be really, really good if I had her maxed. I haven't got her maxed at the moment, but nobody really comes anywhere near her that I've got at this precise moment in time. Kira, many people have Kira as their infantry because she's got some real good stats, and this one here, which I can't remember her name, is Zoe. She's pretty good as well. Now, if you decided that, if you click on any of these, if there's any here that are better than what you've got, you'd normally see an arrow by it. I'm sure you do in this. But because these are the best that I've got, that's why they're in here. If I took these out and went to my second lot, it would tell me to put these in. So just by looking at these, it gives you the stats down here. It gives you the skills they've got, and also curious phosphorus sword at the enemy every 5 turns, dealing 30% damage 3 times in succession. Pretty good. This one here, Kira switches to her dueling stance every 5 seconds, increasing attack by 28% for 3 seconds. Kira switches to her dueling stance every 5 turns, which set 2 turns and reduces the target's damage dealt by 15%. This is why this is pretty good. This is why people like her. The more furious the enemy, the more Kira's spirit rises. Killing the infected restores 6,484.38 health. Each time the dueling stance effect stat ends, Kira's guards friendly troops and restores health equal to 20% of her attack. So this is why a lot of people like her. Now, if for instance you had this setup as well, you don't choose this setup because everybody has this setup. If you haven't got the same sort of levels that we've got, you're not going to get the same sort of stats in here and the same sort of response when it comes to sending out to battle. So you need to go through and pick the best you've got of your infantry, the best you've got of your rider, and the best you've got of your hunter, and have it in here. If you want to check or test to see how your setup is, there is an easy way, and I've seen many people do this. If you set yourself a rally and you get just one of your friends, doesn't matter if it's a proper rally you're doing or a test rally. If you do the test rally, just let everyone know I'm doing a test rally. You don't need to join, and you get your partner, your alt, a friend, or somebody who's honest prepared to help you with this. Set yourself a rally for an infected that you know you can beat. Set it, send it. When it hits and it kills it and comes back, you'll get battle reports, and it's in these battle reports that will give you your stats. Now, when I click on that one, I want to be clicking on this one. Nope, that one. There we go. Get there eventually. So this tells you how many troops were sent, how many troops they had, how many troops you lost, how many troops they lost, wounded, and so on and so on and so on. Then you come down to this. So this gives you your troops overall. This gives you overall, your scorings against what you're hitting. Who's bound to win that? I mean, look at that. We're over halfway on all of those. And then it comes to this. Now this is Molly's stats, I believe, not my stats. Unless they're mine combined. No, I think they'll be Molly's stats. So these are Molly's stats. Now she's doing quite well on the troop attack, defense and health. Chief level 46. She's got some real good stats in there. See, this is why I'm lagging behind on the infantry, because over 300, 300 and 200. Let's see if I can find one that I did in comparison. Last one I did one of those. In fact, I did one of those on a rally, didn't I? Maybe that one? Nope, that one. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, so these are my stats. See, I'm achieved level 50. So 42 troop attack, 44 defense, 29 health. That needs to be a lot higher. Troop lethality, I'm not too overly bothered over that. It's these ones here. We go infantry attack. So I showed you my infantry attack when I was in my chief settings. That wasn't these. That's because my heroes are adding to this as well. Now you're looking at 400 each. Health needs to be a lot higher. They need to last a lot longer. These aren't too bad. This needs more. I'm not too worried about that either. But look at my hunter, 509, 504. Now that is using these three. If I wanted to check to see if there was a better, say for instance I thought there's somebody that could be better than Maddie, for instance, I could take her out, add the player in that I want to put in, go out, hit a rally, and check those stats against these ones in here to see if that either increases or not. So as you can see, my hunter defense is quite high, but my health and lethality is quite low. So it is literally just messing around with the best combination you've got, and then when you find that combination, set it up with that combination and run with it. But always check. I would say each weekend come in here and just have a little check through these to see if you've got any that can be upgraded, that might have a special feature that you overlooked. I don't know why he's ready. Is it because of this? No, it's not. It can't be because of that, because that's max and so are they. So keep checking in here to see if there's anything else that can be upgraded. Have you suddenly got some more medals or some more fragments that you can add to one of these to get it near where everything is general is considered as max? I don't think this is max. I think this is max at my current level now, but that may well change. This goes to level 80. I'm pretty certain that will probably change in time to come, because if I'm getting at 80 now, like I've got one of mine at 80 already, which is him here, then people that have been playing the game a lot longer than me must also be at 80, so there's got to be more than that. So just keep checking in here now and again. See, oh, that's max, so it can't mean that. That's maxed. Which ones aren't maxed? Well, this one's not maxed. Okay, what does this do? This one's meant to be pretty good as well. So I need 61 of them. Do I have enough here? I have 92. Do I want to waste 62 on here? No, because I need to look into research to see if she's actually worth wasting these fragments on this one. Is there a better one that I can use? And that's the way you've got to look at it. Don't just jump in at the first one you see. Check all the stats out. So this one 80, 80, 40, 60, 60. This one here 80, 80, 40, 60, 70. So very slightly better, but then again, that's a Lieutenant Colonel 2. That's a Major 5. That's behind this one. Although I've had a lot of people say that she is really good. Once she's got up to General, and she's a very, very good. It's to do with her her skills that kick in. They're meant to be really good, but I haven't. I've been dealing with, which one have I been doing? I spent a lot of time doing this one because she was really good. Until of course they brought this one out, and then this is just so much better on so many levels. So if you are struggling with your stats and you want to find what your stats out, that is the easiest way to find out with your heroes. There are other things to take into account. You do have your gear here. All this gear actually makes a difference. See, it adds 44 and 44. This one adds on rider. This one here I believe also does infantry. So you just need to be upgrading these as you can. Don't concentrate all on one thing. There's quite a few different things to take into account. The other things, once you've done these, you've got the badges. Now the badges are there. So you've got these badges here as well. So you've got bronze and you've got silver. Some of mine are turning to silver, the majority of mine are bronze. These all add percentages on. So this one here gives me 15.9% on infantry lethality and 15.9% on infantry health. Oh, I need a few of them. I'm going to go and buy them and upgrade this some more. So take all this into account as well. There's lots of little bits and pieces. I wish it was simple as just saying, yeah, go to your gear, upgrade your gear, and then you'll start kicking backside. It's not. There's so many little things you have to take into account. So you've got your chief gear, your chief badges, you've got what heroes you use will also make a difference. And the other thing is when you go to your research station, which is mine is here. Incubate, I'm not interested in incubate capacity, thank you very much. Let's go into here. So when you go into here, you've got 3 different trees in here. You've got economic. I would only do that if you've got an alt and you're using it purely and simply just for gathering resources. Development, everybody will have to do develop, whether you're an alt or not, because this is what determines on your training. Leadership, which means it gives you an extra troop set you can send out. So when you start the game, you can send one out. When you unlock that, you can set out 2, and then you've got another one further up here. Where was it? 3. And you've got another one, 4. And another one, 5. And I think there's another one up here as well. No, it's not. So that mine will be pretty much done soon-ish, sort of, kinda, maybe. So I can send 6 out, and that's the reason why, because I've done this tech tree here. Obviously, when you come onto battle, this gives you all your little bits and pieces to add on to the stats that you've seen. So all of these here, some will relate to infantry, some will relate to rider, and some will be to your hunter. So this increases the attack of your infantry, so it only gives you 4%. 4% is better than nothing. Melee increases defense of your infantry, 4%. I would imagine that's hunter defense. That must be hunter. Increases the attack of your hunters. So all these add on little percentages as well. So this also, I mean, I know it's only 4%, but 4%, you can see how many items are on here. If it's like 4% of 4% here, that's 8%. And if you've got another 4% of 4% here, that's another 8%, 16%. Then another 8, then another 8, then another 8, and it soon starts to add up. Now you can start to see a bit of the difference. You might only need another 20 or 30% to get to that next bracket, that next 100% that you need to break through to make a difference. And this is where it is. It's all in here. So keep an eye on your research tree as well. When you see these little icons up here, right, all this means is when you're in your when you're doing your missions here, this one here, when you complete these, it gives you these ones. When you're in here, it says that if you do 15 of hero advance, then you get this, and then if you do this, you'll get that and that and that. What it also does is it does research tasks. So when you complete one of these, it will say, great, you've just taken 50 minutes off of this research when you get to it. That's what those little bookmarks are. That tells you that one of these in here has been reduced a lot more than it should have been. March capacity 4 or 5. Increase the number of troops you can send on each march. Next level, 1,700. No research speed ups. So that's what those are. That's what these little mod books are here. It just tells you you've done something and it gives you a little bit more time off, that's all. But yes, there is lots and lots and lots to take into account when it comes to improving your stats or improving how hard you hit. It doesn't matter what you've got on your chief up here, because there are like your gear here, which I've seen lots of people doing that, because I'm sat quite high because I spent quite a bit of time spending money on getting this high. I've seen that other people are doing that, but that's only part of what's needed. There are other parts within this as well, like your badges, heroes you use, research you're doing. There's lots of little bits and pieces in here that adds to that. So there's not one or the other that's going to help you. It's a combination of all of them together. I'm pretty certain there's a bonus one on here. Settlement bonuses. Oh, I've got a recon jam on because we just had R&R. You go troop defense, troop health view. Troop health boost, troop health boost, troop health boost. So you can do health boosts, but I've got none of them, so sad. So yes, I just wanted to explain to people that there is no easy and fast way. There's no set way to say use this person, this person, this person, and you'll never fail. because somebody will have something that will counteract those and will kill you. Like some people were talking today, there was a 2 billion account that was being attacked by somebody who was so many billion lower than them and absolutely smashed them to bits. It's all to do with a combination of things. I'm trying to learn the game as well as everybody else is, but I do get the feeling that sometimes, unless you're a mathematician or a professor, you're never going to fully understand every single little mechanic of this game. So I'll bring what I can, but to be honest, I think it's going to be way, way, way above what I could explain to anybody without sounding boring like a teacher and you're all asleep laying there snoring your nods off. So like always, thank you very much everybody. I will try and bring as much as I can. If there is something that you want to hear for me to do that isn't going to give me, you know, a heart attack, put me in 6 foot under the ground, please let me know, because it's really hard to work out what you lot want. I'll make a video for you. Well, once again, thank you very much. Enjoy the game. Have a great time. I will see you a bit later on. I'm going to get off for a few hours now and do some video editing. But as always, like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Thank you very much. Enjoy yourself and goodbye.